Hi guys, this is Nia and today I have another travel vlog or a montage video of my unintended New Year holiday. Right on New Year's Day, January 1st, a lot of areas of Jakarta were underwater and it was quite bad this time, even only from one night of rain. By morning, the water outside my house, well, my parents' house because I still stay with my parents, the water was above knee high and it kept rising till it reached around waist high in a few hours. All electricity and water were shut down and cars which were not taken out to a higher area before the water has risen were basically just stuck. Our house is raised though, so we're thankful that the water didn't reach inside, though it really came close. But unfortunately, there were also a lot of other people who weren't as lucky. We figured that we couldn't really do anything since we had no electricity and water, and we decided to evacuate. And rather than making my usual tutorial videos, I ended up taking an unintended holiday, so I just filmed that instead. So we went up to the mountains to my grandparents' villa. I used to go there on weekends when I was little, and it's a cute rural area where the temperature is nice and cool since it rains a lot there. The air is much cleaner than Jakarta. In fact, when I get sick from the flu, the doctor tend to recommend for me to go there for some fresh air because staying in Jakarta with all the pollution will just prolong the flu. So it became a really nice break. Due to the rainy season, the temperature was cooler than usual too, which I enjoyed. On top of that, the flowers were blooming because they weren't being scorched by the sun. I think we ended up staying there for 3 days, and during that time we did small fun activities, but my favorite has to be plant shopping. This area is so fertile due to the cool but humid weather. Plants thrive here. In fact, when I got to the villa, I saw a papaya tree that wasn't there before, and the housekeeper told me that no one planted the tree, it just grew by itself, and it actually had many fruits, but it wasn't ripe yet, so we didn't harvest any when we were there. I was quite rushed when I was packing, so I didn't bring a sweater or cardigan with me. So on the first day, I went to an outlet to look for one, and they had a small plant market outside where they sold so many different plants. It was already late at night though, so this is actually taken the next day, where we went back to the outlet to look for plants. The flowers were so pretty, but we knew that it wouldn't survive Jakarta's heat. They also had ornamental chilies, which were black and purple in color, and I thought that that was very interesting. In the end, we got 3 draping plants and also mint. We picked colorful leaves because we can't grow many flowers where I live, and the favorite one that I picked is called the Pink Lady. The leaves are small and succulent, and the color is like very light pastel color. I thought it was so cute and it looks like a bunch of flowers, but now that I've had it for around 1 month in Jakarta and it's adjusted to the weather, the leaves are mostly green, which is to be expected, I guess. And then after that, we stopped by a hotel. My mom wanted to show me the view from there. It was really pretty with the stream and the misty mountains in the background. When my mom first went there though, she told me that the stream was completely dry, but because it's been raining so much, the stream when I was there is completely filled, and the water rushing down made the scene much prettier in my opinion. It was also very windy during that day, as you can probably tell from the leaves, so I didn't include the audio even though I love the sound of running water. After the quick trip, we stopped by a street market to buy some fresh produce. They have so many small markets selling fruits, vegetables, and snacks, and we just ended up getting some vegetables, avocados, and those long green things are stinky beans. Then before we head home to eat lunch, we stopped by a shop to get some bread, and we also ended up snacking on ice cream and pastries on our way home. Then after we got home, we took out all of the shopping and plants, and we came to a huge feast that the housekeeper made for us. The table was full of food. I guess you can say that this is a traditional Indonesian meal with fried chicken, salted fish, grilled stinky beans, sambal, fresh vegetables, and sayur asam, which is basically a tamarind vegetable soup, which tastes a little bit sweet, sour, and nutty at the same time, and all of that is eaten with rice. I love how fresh the vegetables are there because of how fertile the land is, and you can really see how vibrant the colors are. On our last day before we went back to Jakarta, we stopped by this garden which has a plant nursery next to it where they also sold plants. So of course we got more plants. I got some rosemaries, peperomia caparata, a mini sansevieria, and the other one I wasn't too sure what it's called, but I think it's a Japanese golden ogon sedum. We wanted to go to the garden, but we didn't end up going because after we finished plant shopping, the weather turned out very misty and we thought it was going to rain soon, so we just stopped by a cafe to get some tea and headed back. On our way back though, the traffic was quite bad, so we ended up stopping for lunch at this cute Thai restaurant and we had a nice meal. They didn't really have any desserts at the restaurant, so I ended up just nibbling on these traditional Indonesian sweet potato snacks. They're basically shredded sweet potatoes with sugar, which are then fried and molded in shape. When I was little, the sides of the roads were really empty, so you can see everything below the mountain. It was quite scary actually and dangerous to drive, but now there are lots of small restaurants and businesses on the sides of the road, so I couldn't really capture the view as much. Plus, it was also really misty, so most of the footage I got was white. As we drove back, I was filming some footage of the road with the window down, and we had a little mishap where the window wouldn't go up after I put it down, and it was getting really misty on the way, so we stopped by this tea farm to get the window up again. We didn't really do anything though, but at least I got some good footage out of it. So here are all of the plants that we ended up getting. I love how they look bunched up together because of the different colored leaves, but sadly they don't exactly look like this anymore since a lot of the leaves are now mostly green, and I'm still learning about plants and things, and I'm really not the best at it, so some of it are scorched. I think the best looking one has to be the Ogon. It's still looking the same, so I guess it can take a lot of heat, but it's still rainy season, so we'll see how it holds up summer here. But I'm glad I took this footage while they're still at their prime condition. I also ended up making a painting out of it, which I'll upload sometime. I'm not sure, in either a few days or maybe next week. But here's a snippet from it. It's not going to be a tutorial though because I just jumped around and treated it as a loose doodle, but maybe you can still paint along or get some ideas out of the painting. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the little snippets of my trip. Have a great day and I'll see you at the next one. Bye!